Hello, this is Level With Me. This is my show where I'm playing through games and talking about what I think is going on in the level design. And right now we are doing Chapter 2 of Naissance, or also known as NaissanceE. I don't know, it's not really clear to me how I'm supposed to pronounce it. Let's get into it. Let's see, I think I have to load my save game here. So, if you're not familiar with Naissance, or oh, why is the screen getting all blurry? If you're not familiar, if you're just catching us just now, Naissance or NaissanceE is a UDK game from I think 2014, or maybe they started making it in 2014. It's also based on a CryEngine mod, I believe, from 2007 called Jeu d'Ombre. It's French for Game of Shadows, and you can see that it's not a typical kind of first-person game. First of all, the art style is very focused on like abstract geometric forms, and there's generally very low reliance on texturing or surface detail. So it's mostly just about shapes and walking around this giant. It's implied that it's kind of concrete based on the sound of the footsteps. Oh, what happened? What? Why did it just restart me? I don't know what happened. So it's very much about these like big, colossal, monumental concrete shapes, and that's what we've been looking at and experiencing for the past week or so. So let's get to it. Oh, this chapter is called Going Down. Okay. Pretty big fan of the shapes here. Like, a lot of verticality going on right here. It also feels a little bit unusual though. This almost feels almost too representational, I would say. Yeah, going down. This feels too representational, or more representational than previous chapters, in that this looks like, if you look at these shapes, this really does look like a typical, this kind of reminds you of Shadow of the Colossus or something. Very typical kind of concrete, stone, pillars. Feels like we're walking through some kind of like these like ruins or something. And I mean, but most players probably wouldn't have looked up this much, right? That's a typical problem that happens a lot in first-person games, where you don't really get players looking up as much to appreciate the lovely architecture you have going on up there. But as we just said, this chapter is called Going Down, and I guess it's going to involve going down. Oh wow, look at that. Oh wow, so that's a huge dramatic change from previous chapters. In previous chapters, the scenes haven't been as detailed as this. Also, this is much more representational than before, where there's a lot more particle system stuff going on. You can see over there in the distance to like help establish a scale. But there's also, like, it looks like we're in some kind of city. Those clearly look like tower blocks with glowing windows in the background. But this looks like some giant, huge, almost like, is this going to be a hub that we're going to be walking around in? And as we walk in, you get that musical crescendo thing going on. Just a really nice moment. Unexpected, actually. Let's keep walking around and exploring around here. One nice note they have here is these like pillars or trees, or I don't know what you'd call them, shrubs, concrete shrubs. It's super interesting to have these little things to help set the scale of it. So you have these little shapes in the foreground right here, and then you have all this really detailed stuff in the background. guess we should walk down this ladder. And last week I criticized the ladders in this game because I feel like this game does such a good job of being about jumping and movement. Ladders always feel like this really big hack or kludge that we do in video games because we ran out of room to place stairs or ramps in our levels. I mean, the ladder still looks cool, right? It's still like a very futuristic kind of looking ladder, but it's still... Oh. I'm supposed to climb up on this ladder? Why did I... Oh. It's pushing me up. That's really strange. The ladder... I wish it was more Half-Life style. Okay, I have to hold downwards to climb down on the ladder. I guess that's consistent. Some people might like those ladders better. But ladders in first-person games have always just been this weird kind of mess. Let's keep walking down. This is also in the tradition of a lot of first-person levels where you're in this really giant, sheer kind of cliffside a little bit, where... you know, in Half-Life 1, there's this giant set piece where you're walking around on the cliffs or in a canyon or something. And when you look down, you might get a little bit of vertigo or something. I'm not going to look down too much, because then I'll get vertigo. But you get the idea. Like, this is this like fits into a tradition of first-person level design pretty well. In that there's always some level about, like, walking on ledges or being careful about treading downwards. And since I'm probably supposed to jump over there, but I'm gonna walk over here first. And since Doom, I would say there's been a deep obsession with 3D spaces, with adding this third dimension with, we call this verticality in level design, where we usually want really, when you're making like really tall spaces, that's kind of the level designer showing off a little bit about the scale of the space and how they've really mastered verticality, especially when, I think there's a tendency with a lot of beginner level designers to work mostly in the top-down perspective, where they're more about expanding the level on a lateral plane. When you see a lot of up and down height changes, that's the mark of maybe more of like an intermediate level designer who's been working in Engine for a while and has seen a lot of levels and knows that it's kind of boring when levels feel flat. So it's nice when you have incorporate a lot of height changes. Well, if we walk over here, not much going on here, it seems. It definitely feels like they built this section of the game after they built the first section of the game. The first section of the game, really cool, really well done, but not nearly as sophisticated, I guess. In terms of like all the shape and detail and the repeated forms going on. Gonna run over here. Oh, if you didn't catch us last week too, this game also has a breathing mechanic. Whenever you see that little circle pop up, I have to left click. And if I don't left click, I lose my breath and it becomes harder to run. So this game is kind of about breathing as well and maintaining a rhythm when you're running. Oh crap, I almost fell down. I could walk up here, but because the stairs are in shadow over here, I feel like I'm not supposed to really do this. I'm not really supposed to walk upwards. Also, the chapter is called Going Down. Also, the general direction of movement for the past 5 or 10 minutes has been about climbing downwards. So I think most players would know they're supposed to keep going downwards, and indeed it's a dead end up here if we keep going. Oh. That's kind of nice. I think I recognize these from the first room that we started in. So we see a lot of repeated forms, a nice love of beveling, a lot more beveling in this chapter than in previous chapters. Beveling is, of course, one of the finest bits of detail you can add to a game. It's kind of the foundation of Overwatch's look, in my opinion, where their environments are pretty like flat and sparse to get that cartoon feeling, but to get that expensive feeling, you also need to bevel the shit out of that. We also see this looks like screen space ambient occlusion. You'll notice where the shadow of the stairs meets the wall. When I walk up to it, the shadows kind of diminish a little bit. To me, that shows that it's screen space ambient occlusion. And it also has this very unnatural looking dark halo going around the stairs. So, I mean, that's cool, but the ambient occlusion's also just kind of weird, and the light maps are kind of weird. It's definitely an Unreal Engine 3 game, based on the resolution and the quality of the post-process. Okay, if we walk... JP says I should turn this into a GDC track, talking about bevels. Dude, I can totally talk about bevels for like days, like forever. Is there anything over here? Probably not. Feels like I wasn't supposed to run over here. Yeah, it looks like that's just like some pipe detail. Oops, I keep misbreathing. And then we're descending. We've actually gone a long way down already. Not bad. I imagine when speedrunners play this game, they totally know how to get to the bottom of this giant shaft in like 5 seconds. Oh, maybe I was supposed to go that way. Actually, it does look like I was supposed to walk that way, because you can see there's 2 lights in the distance over there. I think I was supposed to make my way down from there. And then I would walk on that pipe down there to get to this central pillar thing. It's a shame. I want to look at those antenna array things, because those look pretty detailed. Okay, so I guess I was supposed to drop down here, I guess. That's why they broke up this pipe right here, to kind of signal I was supposed to drop down. And then they break up this pipe over here to show that I can jump down here. So this game's kind of about noticing architectural patterns, as are, I guess, most games, right? Seeing where the pattern is broken, and then that tells you where you can go. These are kind of like staggered stairs a little bit, the way they're doing these pipes. I have to walk over here, and then this'll... Maybe there will be a little hole over here for me to fall into. Or maybe not. I think I'm gonna die from that fall. I feel like I shouldn't drop down. This game kind of needs a lean button too. I find myself wanting to lean over this left edge. Getting stuck there, sorry. Can I fall through this crack? Oh, okay, I was supposed to fall through that crack. Dimensions in games are very peculiar. You know, technically, like, technically the width of a player is usually, like, pretty narrow, and you can actually fit into a lot of spaces you normally wouldn't do it. But in most games, we have to signpost the walkable, navigable areas for the player so much. So usually when you're playing games, hallways are just way too wide, doorways are way too wide. Proportions always feel really, really weird, because that's level design. That's how we signpost to gamers where they can go and where they shouldn't go. In the chat, people are talking about how the detail is serving this kind of gameplay mechanic, and I think I agree with that, where if we had put textures on all these different surfaces, it would be way too busy. We wouldn't be able to see what is going on at all. And we actually see that a lot in AAA games now, where you play the typical like cowboy game or whatever, and you always, or Batman or whatever, and you always have to turn on some kind of detective mode where it mutes all the visual detail and busyness you're seeing that make the game feel expensive. It mutes that away so you can actually see what's actually relevant to playing the game. And I think that's something that maybe started around 2010, I would say, right? Where games started featuring this detective mode or Witcher mode or Witcher sense or whatever that shows you what's actually the critical path. But also, yeah, I think this is also... Detail also does serve an important wayfinding purpose where... you know, when you're playing Doom, I think there was a motto where you just follow the monsters, and if you're fighting monsters, you're usually going the right way. In a game without monsters, instead, the detail is the monsters. And if you can see some detail in the distance, there's a good reason why they put that detail there, right? They probably didn't waste time putting detail in the distance for you to never actually go up there and appreciate that detail, right? So the detail is kind of this signpost to show you where you're supposed to go. Oh yeah, something we talked about previously too. Oh, looks like there's some really wacky chaos going on down there. Something we noted last week was it's easy to dismiss this game as black and white, but black and white is actually a very rich, very tonal palette here. Here, up there, the fog, the haze feels like a little bit more like greenish up there. Then the particles feel a little bit more bluish to me. And then some of the lights feel slightly warmer, slightly colder to me. I think this is a really good lesson for anyone making a black and white grayscale game, that you shouldn't literally make it grayscale, that you want a richness to your black and white. So adding subtle hue shifts to various parts of your level will add a lot more depth to it and will help us read the environment a lot better too. Oh, I thought I was going to be walking on these pipes, but instead I'm going down these stairs. Really nice use of stairs to make players look down. Stairs are very like valuable tools in the level design arsenal, because remember we were talking about how looking up or looking down, that's a really hard thing to make players do in first-person games. But when you have stairs, players usually look in the direction of their movement. So when you have downward stairs, the player will look down. And when you have upward stairs, the player will look up. And now it looks like, ooh, I really, really like this. This is some really good shit right here. So we started in this really big mega structure up here, and now we're going down. Like, we're used to having a bunch of light above us and having this open void and open volume above us. And now as we walk in here, now we're walking in this like basement underside of this. So really good contrast playing with our sense of space, where before it felt really open and now the ceiling is making it feel a lot more closed, like reminds me of those like Tokyo sewers, or yeah, Mirror's Edge or something like that, right? Oh, that's kind of interesting. I thought that was just a wall, and I was supposed to look through here. Interesting use of bars here, because I think a lesser game would have put in some glass or would have put in like a grate here, but no transparency, no alpha test textures for this mod. No, they're gonna model out every bar like this. And in that sense, this makes me feel like it's a gutter or like a jail or a prison or something, or a sewer maybe. Maybe this whole game is just one long sewer chapter. The joke is on us. In the chat, people are also mentioning a lot of great references for this, for like giant sewers and stuff. A lot of Doom and Wolf mods, but recent Doom and Wolf mods where it's playing with architecture in a similar way like this. Oh, this is... look at this. Interesting to have the open floor plan here, so that we can kind of walk around. It's possible to walk around in a circle and do this little gallery loop around here. So I guess we're supposed to jump down to there, maybe? Maybe not. These arches are interesting. Usually you see these round arches connote some kind of like masonry or brick stuff going on, right? Because the reason why you do these round arches is because you're laying all these stones to support an archway with like a keystone in the middle, right? That's why arches are round, because that's how the physics works. In an age of concrete and steel, there's not really that big of a reason why you would have a round archway these days. So it's interesting that they're doing this, but then the thickness of these pillars feels really strange. That still feels like cast concrete. Yeah, these arches feel kind of weird to me. I guess we should walk on this ledge. There's all these lights and particles, so I guess I'm supposed to walk this way. And now it's killing my fill rate to look at these particles up close. Awesome. I really like the idea of having these particles coming out of this vent. Or this like alcove kind of thing, like a steamy alcove. We're really into that, right? But I don't know. I think no AAA game would do this, just because look at how it kills your frame rate and your fill rate. There's so much overdraw when you're doing this. On the other hand, that's bad, because that means games are closing themselves off to all these steamy alcoves. Oh, and look, there's like a railing kind of here. There's a barrier to prevent us from falling over to our death. That's kind of unusual. Just gonna keep walking down this stairwell. Oh! This is interesting. This is maybe the first time in this where I'm not really sure what to do or where to go. Over here we have... huh. Should I go left or right? Maybe I'll go this way? Oh, and now it feels very video gamey. Like having all these clearly look like shop stalls. Where there's like shelves or something, or some kind of like workshop thing, and then the vendor has gone home for the day, so they've closed it. It's kind of disappointing, actually, to be able to read the space so much. Just because up until now, this game has been so much about having these really abstracted ideas of where we are and what the purpose of each space is. And now to have it to be so like clear and unambiguous is kind of disappointing to me, honestly. This also is a little bit much with all these shadows. I don't think I'm a big fan of this. We see a lot of these striped shadows. I have a whole blog post about this kind of like really sharp shadows with all these bars everywhere, where I trace it back to Doom 3 in 2004, where Doom 3 shows off all these real-time projected shadows. And it's so cool to have all these sharp shadows being casted by floodlights everywhere. So then level designers really take that to heart, especially the Natural Selection 1 scene. They start putting graded shadows everywhere in their maps. And the stripes, I just think it's kind of too much inside baseball showing off. It's a little bit like nerding out in like an annoying way. This is what you do when you're obsessed with too much about shadows and you're not really thinking about what the space is saying or communicating. So, not a big fan of that hallway. It also just feels very jarring and like it doesn't fit with the rest of the spaces, in my opinion. Am I going the right way? Or am I going the wrong way? I don't know. Or am I going the most interesting way? I think that's the question that's really on my mind. It looks like we are, because I'm descending downwards. There's the steamy alcoves we were descending downwards from. In the chat, JP's mentioning that moving in and out of different degrees of representation can be cool, like an ambient album that can move in and out of feeling more or less overtly musical or focused. So, okay, yeah, I can get on board with that. I think those cage storefronts went too much in the representational direction, though. I think like, for example, the ventilation things, right? That's implying the existence of this whole HVAC system, which is like okay, because it's, you know, I can imagine a lot of different beings developing a city with stuff. But now, oh no, I don't know. I don't really not a fan of this. Now it just feels like an untextured Deus Ex level or something. I don't know. Where it's like the bunk bed, oof. And then you're putting the futuristic ladder on a very unfuturistic looking bunk bed. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan of this, actually. I like the double table here. That's kind of cool. But like the chairs just feel too representational and too detailed and too granular for what this game has been about. It feels really, oh, look at this poor little toilet. Oh my god. Send this to the toilets and games Tumblr, right? Although Tumblr's probably gonna ban the toilets and games. It's adult content. It's not safe for work. Over here we have, oh, these are just some storage boxes they got from Target, I guess. This looks like some kind of shower stall, but then no shower head. It's weird, like if you're gonna go for so many details, like right here, right? That's so much stuff going on. Where's the toilet handle here? Or where's the shower head here? Or why not put in the faucet fixture right here? Did someone go in and steal all the faucet fixtures? To me, it's just strange that the choices they made with how detailed they should be in this abstraction, where the vent hood on this stove, they should definitely put in all the different forms of that, all the different little flaps of that, but definitely don't make the burners too rounded or something, right? I don't know, it just feels strange. It's a cool sink, like that's a very, like that would make a gorgeous Deus Ex sink, but I don't know, it just feels a little bit dirty to me. Maybe that's the wrong word. I don't know. Let's keep walking through. This feels by far the most human scale kind of place we've been walking through as well. I swear this is clearly some kind of like slum apartment kind of thing. And then even these vents are kind of at human scale as well. The walls and the height. Oh, what was that? That was kind of weird. This is weird. This is kind of like a weird Escher-like room where there's stairs going on. But just like just like a very brief Escher moment. That's kind of weird to just have 1 second of an Escher moment and then spit us back out. But yeah, I guess that was a weird area portal moment going on. Strange. We're still descending deeper and deeper into this city. I'm enjoying the zero platforming going on right now. Big fan of that. Oh god, look at those stairs. Like, just... those stairs are so good. I love... more of those stairs. I want a game that's just suspended stairwells. Again, notice here the big difference in light temperature, where there it's kind of more greenish, yellowish, and then here it's more reddish. So black and white isn't just black and white. Again, I want to reiterate that. This hallway feels kind of like an afterthought. Not a big fan of this hallway. Like, these are just the in-between spaces I'm going before I get to see more stairwells. It was pretty smart of them to open up just one of those doors for us to see what the apartment looks like, and then close off the rest of them. So now we don't really need to walk through the rest of these spaces, because we can already imagine what's behind one of these doors. In the chat, LVNG mentions that the constant mix of rectangular doorways and the more triangular kind of doorways is kind of annoying and grating, and I think I agree with that. It's a little bit awkward, feels inconsistent. Also feels a bit try-hard in a weird way. Oh, am I going the wrong way? Now I'm going back up. Is this where I was supposed to go? I don't know anymore. Now am I going the wrong way? Is this leading me back to the other way I was going? Every space looks the same. I don't know where I'm going. Do I go here? Oh my god, every hallway looks the same. I have no idea. I mean, the disorientation is pretty cool though, I guess. Do I go this way? Oh man, I just ended up where... The structure of this feels like a weird... Oh my god, what the hell? What the hell is this? Oh my god, that's so scary. Oh my god, it's just pitch black out there. Oh my god. This is a very Thief kind of moment, right? Where we're walking around this detailed mansion, and now we're just in this giant, desolate, empty room. Oh my god. If this were another type of game, this would clearly be like a boss battle room, right? I'm scared. I'm gonna fall to my death soon. Where'd I go? I don't know where I went. Did I just fall down somewhere? Now I just see pitch black. I don't know where I am now. I'm trying to breathe a lot. Yeah, I felt like I fell somewhere. Do I need to like choke myself out and then I'll get to see something? I'm trying to run around. I'm just running around in pitch black now. Was I not supposed to run into this random empty room? I think I might have to reload. Oh wait, what was that? I saw something. Did anyone else see something just now? This is real fun, by the way. I mean, on one hand, I appreciate the like sheer audacity of putting me in this pitch black room. But on the other hand, did anyone else see something just now? I feel like I'm hallucinating now. Did I just see something? Oh. I made it out. Oh my god. Okay, I'm running away from that. I'm sorry. I really hope that's not the critical path. I hope. Oh my god. That was so scary. I can't tell if that was genius or awful. Maybe there's another way we can go. It is kind of interesting how this is just so mundane and boring looking. And that helps make that big giant room feel more surreal, I guess. Maybe I'm coming around to JP's argument. Oh no, I'm not going out there again. Get me out of here. Maybe let's try going up the stairs instead. Oh, where's this? Am I supposed to drop down from here? I don't understand what I'm supposed to do. Looks like this door closed. Oh, I dropped down from there. So, I guess I'm going backwards at this point. That looked like a one-way thing. Oh my god, what's with these creepy sounds, too? Maybe I should jump out over here? No. Maybe I went some wrong way back here. Because the fact that I was going upstairs felt wrong to me, right? I should keep descending downwards. I should follow this chapter title's advice. Definitely. Still going down a lot of stairs. Reminds me of the greatest part of Metal Gear Solid 3, which is the 5-minute long ladder climb where you're just climbing a really long ladder. Beautiful. And I've reached the bottom of this little substructure part. Now I'm going through here. Ooh, nice shape right here. Nice bevel. Big, thick, juicy bevels. Ooh, okay, so it's really good when you have like a medium-sized bevel, and then you have like a thin, sharper bevel on the bevel. You're beveling on the bevel. That's good shit. Oh, and there's some kind of creepy port. I mean, it looks creepy to me, at least. It looks very ominous. Looks very glowing. Very Magica Voxel. Back to the main room where I felt like we were going through all the living spaces up there, and now we're going downwards back to this kind of refinery mechanical space where you can see there's some kind of moving piston thing down there, and in general the shapes just feel much less about like a domestic quality and much more about this mechanical, industrial quality to them. Oh, do I have to climb this ladder to go up? Okay. Oh, that's so strange. It's weird to... So this hallway, like, makes zero sense to me. So, first of all, there's this bend. Maybe the bend is for visibility purposes, but it also doesn't feel closed enough to serve as, like, an area portal type thing. But maybe it is? And then we go here, and then this stairwell is narrower than the hallway, and that's a very interesting choice. It's like half as wide as the hallway. If I were building this, I would have just... Like, this looks like a very typical glue type hallway where we're just gluing two different things together, and I wouldn't have spent too much time on this, and I would have just had this stairwell be the same width as the other stuff. But this game in general does a really good job of mixing up the widths, and yeah, it does look like a dead end from like this perspective. Just gonna go down this endless stairwell. I hope we get to see some of those pistons. Oh, there's the pistons. I guess we're gonna have to walk on them. Or jump onto them? Oh, God help me. So there is a disclaimer to this stream, which is if the platforming ever gets really hard, I'm gonna have to, like, look up some cheats or something. Because I'm not the best platformer. Oh, that's strange. There's a crack. They modeled out a crack, but just for this part. How odd. Or they drew it on? Maybe that's a texture. It looks more like a texture, actually. But why put that just there from this ledge? Oh, as if there used to be a bridge here and it collapsed? So strange. Okay, we'll go back. It's Unreal. There's standard Unreal cheats. Oh yeah, there's the console right there. Okay, well, let's see how I do. I'm not super optimistic about how this is gonna go. So I think I need to jump across all this shit. Oh my god. I don't know if I can do this. So I'm not supposed to jump down from here, right? And I'm supposed to jump. across? Oof. Tin Kelp says I should fly back up to the strip club I missed? What strip club? What are you talking about? It was a strip club? Why wasn't I informed? Well, okay, let's try this terrible jumping puzzle first, and let's see how poorly I do. Oh, wait. I can just keep going downwards here. Why would I do this? Oh, I'm being told there was definitely a strip club I missed earlier? Oh, geez. I guess I really did take the wrong way, huh? Oh, geez. Wait, am I supposed to jump out there? I guess so, but how does that even work? There's like a ledge. Oh, there's a ledge for me to go. Okay. And then I guess this is where I have to run across all these giant pistons or something. Okay, let's see if I can make it across this. And if I can, flying back to the strip club will be my reward. How about that? Although I'm pretty sure I'm gonna fall and die. Let's see. So how's the timing work on this? I have to jump out here, jump onto there, jump onto there, jump onto there. It's pretty much in order, right? There's no weird timing to this, I think. Oh, it's so annoying. Sorry about the flickering lights too. That's them. Okay, let's try this. Oh god. Awesome. Okay, that's gonna be pretty miserable. I think I might have to use that. What's the cheat again? I think it's called fly, right? If I remember correctly. Let's try, Radiator Yang killed himself. You know, let's just fly a little bit. If you watch my stream, you know that I cheat all the time in games when I do know the cheats, so this shouldn't be a terrible surprise to you. Okay, let's fly back to that strip club, though. Oh, do I have to breathe while flying? That would be cool. I want to make a walking sim where you have to breathe while flying. Or like a flapping kind of thing. That would be cool. Uh-oh. I think the area portal closed behind me. I don't know if I can... I don't know if it'll let me go back. Let's try going here. How do you think we would trigger the area portal back? Maybe... back here, maybe? I was building this game. I think I would put an area portal around here, maybe, right? Like, I think we might not be able to visit the strip club after all. Sorry, kids. I think it came from over here, right? Yeah, it looks like it's definitely cut off. I don't know how we can trigger that area portal to turn back on. I mean, if anyone knows the cheat for area portals, then that would be great. Oh, there's this whole room that we totally missed. This is very representational, right? This looks very realistic. So I guess it's very allegorical that way. That looks like some like civic architecture, like some kind of Roman temple or something, or Greek temple. Well, sorry. I don't think this strip club is gonna happen. I don't know. Also, the flying speed is very slow. Okay, we went down here, then we went down these stairs. Then when we go down these stairs, there's absolutely nothing. Oh, geez. Can I fly back here to trigger everything on? Okay. Okay, I think we're back in strip club mode. Found the area portal. Okay, so... it was down here with those... that first thing we went into, right? We went down these steamy places. Let's see. And then I went down these stairs. Went into here. Oh, right. And then there were the two directions I could have gone. I went this way originally. Is the strip club over here? This better be a damn good strip club. That's all I have to say. This is the strip club? It's a closet with some boxes. This is where I backtrack to? Okay, I'm back near the shops. I don't see where the strip club is. There's zero strip club content right now, and I'm very upset. I think I speak for everyone when I say that I'm upset right now with the lack of strip clubs going on. I have to go through the A doors? What are the A doors? Jesus Christ. This is too realistic, right? Where it's like someone thinks they know where the strip club is, and then you're just wandering around all night. Okay, no, here it is. Okay. Let's turn off flying mode for a sec here. How do I stop flying? Walk, right? Okay. Okay, well, here's the strip club. I don't know. I think I've seen better strip clubs, honestly. Like the lighting here is just not... First of all, the lighting on this strip club is all wrong. Why would you light the counters up here? You would be lighting the platform right here. You'd be lighting the dancer. That's like the whole point. Like... have they even been to a strip club? I'm pretty critical about this because I had to backtrack all the way. Because you made me pull over the car and we had to back up all the way to see this strip club that we heard so much about. Yeah, I'm not a... because it doesn't... Why would you have the stage in darkness like this? And then why would you light the bar so much? If anything, you should be putting the lights behind the bar, because we can't even see the drinks right now. The lights should actually be more on the shelves. That's more how a bar would actually light this. Because when you're lighting the counters, that's actually way too bright. Now we can't even see the bartender, right? What else is going on here? Let's see. Oh, there's a knocked over chair. Okay. Also, the platform is just way too high. I think the stripping platform should be maybe like half as high. Not that I've been to that many strip clubs, but just saying. Yeah, I think my biggest issue is probably the lighting, I think, here. Where I feel like it's not lit very convincingly. It's not lit like how a bar would be lit. Ooh, I can go behind the bar. That's kind of fun, though. But right now, yeah, this just feels like a video game strip club or a video game tavern or video game cantina. Yeah, it feels like an untextured Knights of the Old Republic bar or an untextured Jedi Academy Quake 3 map or something where like a 12-year-old kid has never been into a strip club or something. But knows they have poles, knows they have stages and so on. Anyway, I'm glad we came here in the end. Mostly because I think this is very instructive. Like, I think maybe this should be a GDC track I do. You know, how do you make a better strip club in your video games? Please talk to the sex workers in your lives and have better representation for sex work and adjacent to sex work stuff. Anyway, that was the strip club. That was the storied strip club. I like these fixtures on the outside, but yeah, it does feel like it's not very well researched or thought through. Well, why did I miss it before? It was over here. And it was up that stairwell. Oh, and I missed it. It's this little side thing right here. That's why I missed it. Oh. I do like the idea that the strip club is a little bit hidden in plain sight like this. Because when I'm standing right here and I'm trying to decide should I go there or there, it didn't even occur to me that there was a door right here. So that's kind of interesting and fascinating to me. Huh. In chat, people are saying, oh, maybe the strip club is a better example of a bad representational space, and maybe I was being too hard on this section. Yeah, maybe. We're all allowed to have our own opinions about strip clubs, okay? Okay, let's fly back to where we were now. That was a lovely detour, though. Thank you, Tin Kelp. Okay, let's fly back to where we were. Oh god, where were we? To back out and fly down here? Yeah, I think we were down here. It's kind of fascinating how... I wonder how they did the visibility performance optimization stuff for this, right? There's only one area portal for this whole giant thing, and they only bothered area portaling that one section. I feel like this whole giant shaft is just super, like, complicated and super dense. Looks like they do area portal the top of the shaft by now, though. Okay, so let's just pretend that I was really good at platforming, and I totally platformed my way across this. And then I rested on here, crawled on this little ledge over here, waited for the platforms, jumped over here, then jumped over to this ledge right here. Okay, everyone pretend I did that. Thank you. You're welcome. Walk down through here. This is a huge chapter. Get another of these like generic copy and paste style area portal visibility things. Kind of disappointing, but you know, you can't be always on all the time. It's fine, I forgive them. Okay, you have to jump. Now what the heck is that? That looks like some kind of lava or something that I'm definitely not supposed to touch. Do I like die if I touch it? I have no idea. We can try it, I guess. This is just super video gamey. I don't... There was so much cool scenery going up there, and now it's just this weird... I have to ride these voxels downwards. I have to ride this like disk partition volume downwards. Okay. I mean, that's kind of cool, I guess. Do I have to jump down to there? Ooh, that hurt. Sorry. I think I have to jump down to there because that's where all the platforms are descending, right? Being told in the chat that these are called slugs within the game. So I'm riding some giant voxel slugs downwards through this city, which is kind of cool. I think I'm into it. I don't know. I hope these voxel slugs don't drop me downwards though. I hope I didn't miss a platform. Boy, I almost died just now, my bad. Okay. I got nervous riding the slug, sorry. Okay, strawberry jam is off my screen. Supposed to go in here now. Yeah, the music's much more nice and relaxing. Oh, this was interesting. This is a callback to that earlier stairwell, right? Where this almost kind of looks like the dead end until we approach it. And also these light fixtures are a little bit of a hint that there's something around that corner. This is a key feature of lighting, by the way. If you're doing a lot of level design and you have a lot of turns, you need to communicate and convey that turn. And one really good way of conveying that there's a bend around the corner is by putting a light around the corner, and then the player will see that. Still descending. This giant thing. Oh. Back here. Ooh, I like these pillars. It feels a little bit different from the rest of this stuff, but I'm still into it, I think. It's almost like some kind of platform or boat launch right here. You have to ride this slug downwards, I think. feels a little bit like I'm surfing a wave or something. Bring back surfing to first-person games, by the way. That would be nice. Uh-oh. I think I missed that jump. Hopefully that's okay. I don't know when the slug is gonna end. That's what's a little bit confusing about this. Oh shit! Good thing I'm fast on the cheats. That was a close one. Oh, they disappear into these giant, like, voxel crevices. Okay. So I was supposed to jump down onto that one. Then I'm supposed to jump down onto that one. And then I would end up here, right? Kind of reverse engineering what all this is. Oh, and this slug goes reverse. It pops out there and climbs up. So you'd have to really do this fast, where you jump onto that one, then jump onto this one to descend. And then we would end up down here at this giant glowing platform. The slugs feel a lot less magical when there's like 20 of them and we're gaming them and like making strategies and tactics about them. It's a little bit disappointing. It's like they lose a lot of their magic once you have the mechanical repetition and looping of a video game structure. It destroys the magic of this otherwise really weird, enigmatic creature. Kind of sad, in my opinion. Okay, so then we make it to this platform, descend down here. More of these lovely suspended stairwells that I've grown so fond of. Still have weird, creepy sounds. Okay, that's the wrong way. Oh shit, this is what I wanted! This is what I asked for! A level that's just a bunch of suspended, descending stairwells. Awesome. I think this is like Escher's real kind of legacy. Like, if you want to emulate Escher, do a bunch of stairs everywhere. That's good enough. And think about how those stairs are functioning. Don't, like, walking on walls is fun and all, but to me the essence of Escher is more about the stairs and height difference. I think this is the wrong way. I have to go back this way. And then go over to this lit area right here. So far this game, I think, has done a pretty good job of signposting in a pretty subtle way. This is weird. They've warped this part, this chunk of the door. Like, in general, I'm a fan of... Like, this is an extreme bevel. This is like a super cool bevel where you're warping the bevel. But the game does it so randomly and inconsistently that each time they do it, I'm always so mystified by it. Wait, is this even the right way? Where am I supposed to be going? I don't think this was the right way. Was I supposed to jump down there, maybe? No, that looks like too far of a fall. As I was just saying, this game did such a good job of signposting. Now you've gone and done this. Okay. Oh, this is like the dead end situation where there's a really narrow stairwell that's easy to miss. And I totally missed it, right? But this time it's set into the floor. Super interesting. And then they have this deep alleyway that doesn't lead anywhere. Interesting, interesting. Okay, maybe that was like a save checkpoint or an area portal or something. Uh-oh, it's getting windy. Oh, the wind's like pushing me around. That's kind of interesting. Ooh, and as we descend downwards, we're getting these little peaks down there. Is that like a skybox, or is that actual geometry? That looks more like a skybox to me. It's more like a texture. But it's really nice when we're getting those little peaks just down there. This is definitely like Empire Strikes Back stuff going on. So this is like a puzzle where I have to run when the wind isn't blowing. Or I have to use the wind to help me make a jump? Is that it? Okay, looks like it's exactly that. Okay, gonna wait for the wind to blow and then jump down over there, because that looks like where I'm supposed to go. Still a fan of these narrow stairwells. Ooh, and I have to run before the wind pushes me off. This is okay. Oh my god, no, it's not okay. Ah! Oh, wait. Oh, wow. That's actually all built out. I thought that was just a painting. But it's all built out. Wow. Damn. That looks great. Look at that, too. It has this kind of like fractal feeling to it. Really nice. It's almost a shame that you only see this when you're falling down, that they don't have a nice big vista for you to see it from. Unless that's meant to be the vista when we fall down over here. I guess that's the reward, right? Because you jump across all these platforms, make your way. Should I sequence break it? I don't know, we're running a little bit long over here. No, I'll try to follow where we would have gone. So we would have jumped over here, then we would have had to run across these platforms as well. We would have ended up down over here. And then I guess your reward for doing all that platforming over there would have been this whole vista. Damn, it looks nice. I almost thought this was like a baked skybox. Wow. Like the fog and the sense of scale given off by all those lights in the distance works really, really well. But now it's just plain gray boxes because they spent their whole frame rate budget on the Vista. Oh. What's going on here? Oh, and then there's like a whole nother town over there. Are we gonna end up going over there? That looks like some kind of arena. Damn, look at that. That looks great. God. Maybe textures are overrated, you know? Giant bridge formed. Guess I'll walk this way. And just have to descend downwards over here. Now that I'm on this glowing cube, the next sequence shows up. Oh shit! Uh-oh. Oops. Not fast enough on the cheat code, sorry. Oh, as punishment, it's gonna take me all the way back to where I was. Sorry, I got a little bit sloppy back there. Wait, how do I bind keys in the Unreal console? I don't know. Is it the same as Quake Engine games, where I just type bind? No, it's like some other thing, right? Wait, where am I going? This is where I jumped down from. Oh, there's the cube. Okay. Bind. No, I don't remember the command. Oh well. Well, let's just go ahead and just cheat from the beginning, and then everything will be okay. So would have taken us over here. And then took us all the way down here. I love that fog effect. Really, really nice. Wait, and then where would it have taken me? Would it have taken me down here? The glowing cube disappeared. I guess I would have ended up over here somewhere. Right? Although this doesn't look like it's supposed to be walkable area. I think I was supposed to end up here. Interesting choice to leave all this super dark. So then we just have these dark silhouettes in the foreground and then all this stuff in the distance. But it's also hard for me to see where I'm going. Am I supposed to go down these stairs over here? No, I don't know. That was the wrong way. The light maps seem really weird though. Like it almost looks like some kind of error. Like, do you see all that stuff going on? I get that that's the lights coming from the city blocks below, but it still looks kind of strange. Like it's not really conforming to the rest of the environment. Roman Lux in the chat asking, what's like the background of this game? What's it all about? It's not really clear. That's part of the fun and appeal of it. But I think if you want to know more about it, it's heavily inspired by a manga called Blame, which is about walking around a giant abandoned concrete substructure. This level is huge. This makes Thief levels look like Doom 3 levels or something. That's like the nerdiest insult I've ever said. I'm sorry. This looks like a dead end. I'm gonna need to go out here. These are just random houses. Oh man, I love all the colors going on right now. God, look at how far we came. And that's another thing this game does. It lets you see like the draw distances in this game are like so huge. I think no other game would have done it like this. But the draw distances can only be so huge because the surfaces in the geometry are like relatively simple and stuff, right? If you had so much texturing, first of all, you wouldn't even be able to see the shapes. It would just be like a big, like messy soup off in the distance. But because it's just these bare shapes, that's really good for drawing a lot of polys, and that's really good for readability off in the distance as well. Although really, I guess, textures wouldn't make that much of a difference. They'd just get bitmapped to hell, and then it'd be like they weren't even textured anyway. Now we're entering some kind of big room. This feels like the end of this chapter, whatever it is. At least I'm hoping it's kind of the end of this chapter. We're finally reaching the inside of this giant mega structure thing. Oops, I missed the stairs. I love the symmetry going on here. I talked about this last week, about how when you have two giant stairwells and you have this symmetry going on, it makes your architecture feel so much more monumental and huge. Oh, here's a little sparkly boy. I haven't seen the sparkly boys for a while. Oh no. Is this a puzzle? This looks like a puzzle. Wait, there's no light on it, but... Oh, I have to deactivate all of them? Is that even possible? Or I have to run before it can light that other side? Wait, that's impossible. I can't make it back in time. Because they're all lighting this central cube, so if there's a bunch of them lighting this central cube, right, that means I'll never be able to do it. It's the way this looks. Yeah, it looks like there's a light on each sides of this cube, so I have to somehow make each of those lights go away? Is that what the puzzle's about? But I think I was just going the wrong way, because it looks like there's no cube blocking this way. So I just go back the other way instead. Oh, wait. That doesn't help. There's a cube blocking my way that way, too. Oh, but I have to do it in the right order? Okay. My bad. So so to review how the light mechanic works. Oh, really weird shadow stepping on the shadow cascade map. To review how this whole light mechanic works, when there's something in shadow, it you can walk through the cube, but when something is lit, then that means it becomes solid. So we have to move these lights and make sure that the middle one has none of those lights shining on it. And I believe now it should be okay. And sure enough, I solved the puzzle. Look at me, I didn't even have to use cheats for that one. Oh, I don't like this. This does not feel like a reward to me. This feels a little bit lazy compared to all the cool stuff we've been seeing. Okay, this feels more like a reward to me. Nice Vista. Celebratory bagpipe music in the distance. Ooh, that's a nice note. So they know that most players, when they're walking here, they're not really gonna look back. I'm a weirdo and I always look back behind me, but most players don't look behind you. And if you do look behind you, you will see that they barely detailed that they didn't really work on this side because they didn't really expect you to look behind you. And that's the mark, I think, of a good designer, where you are focusing on what's important and ignoring what's not important. I'm running to the end of this. Is there something I'm supposed to do here? Is there going to be a boss battle? This looks like a boss arena. This whole game just looks like a boss arena, waiting for a boss fight to happen. I think I'm supposed to go over there, towards that structure. Oh wait, I can't go up here. What? Where are the stairs? So I feel like I'm supposed to go up there, because there's all that stuff that's lit up over there, but there's no way for me to get up there. Yeah, a lot of cube copy and pasting, but can't complain about it now after running through this for an hour. Yeah, I don't know where I'm supposed to go now. Are there some stairs on this side? But it's so dark, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I wasn't supposed to go this way. Or maybe I go around this way? Nah, there's no way this way. Do I have to jump from... No, that doesn't make sense. Huh. Maybe I'm missing some secret hallway somewhere. Oh, should I be climbing these cubes? Oh god, do I have to like platform on here? No, thank you. This reminds me of the temple. This is like some kind of temple complex. I think I might activate a flying cheat soon, because I'm... not a fan of this either. Not a fan of these, like, repeating these frames like this over and over. Not super imaginative. I like the scale of the space and the proportions, but I'm not liking being teased like this, where it's not really clear how I'm supposed to get up there. And maybe I can go up this way? Oh, okay, here's all the stairs. Whoops. God, it's just too dark. I wish it was brighter. What you're seeing on the stream is basically what I'm seeing. I can barely make out these stairs in the deep shadow. How long is this chapter? Jesus, I can still see where I was like 30 minutes ago in those platforms. Okay, I may have to make my way over here. Ooh, look at this. Okay, I'm a fan of these pillars. These are some good pillars. Because there's like a gesture to there's a gesture to like a classical form here by having it flare out at the bottom, but it still feels coherent with the rest of the retro-futurist brutalism we've been seeing throughout the rest of the game. Am I supposed to go where that giant glowing sprite is? Probably. Oh, do I run down to that moving thing? The hell is that? I have to go up here and then go down the other way. That's super interesting. Why did they have me go up the stairs and then down here instead of letting me just walk directly over here? Huh. And that's some kind of creepy... sounds like a creepy baby or something. But this is just a cage. I can't see anything, any way to get in there. Okay, guess this is the wrong way. I guess I have to go back where I came. This looks more like Critical Path, where I have to go... Ooh, like between these like city buildings. Some more catwalks. But to get over there, I would have to go to where I just was. Right? Because then it would let me go through past here. Very confusing. I didn't see any doorways back there, though. This is kind of like the Half-Life trick, but on steroids, where they show you a clearly marked destination, but then they don't show you where you're supposed to like get there, and you have to sneak around and find the ventilation shaft behind a couch or something. This is even kind of shaped like a vent. Oh, I missed this because it was deep in shadow. Awesome. Oh god, I'm gonna have to jump across to get to there, it looks like. Or I can move these little sparkly boys. And now I can just ride that over. It's not so bad. That wasn't so bad. That was a nice little jumping puzzle. Jump down there, one-way drop. Now I can't go backwards. Oh. This is unexpected. I expected a lot more mega structure stuff. But now we're doing the old infinite closed loop thing. Except it's not doing the thing where it's teleporting me. Or at least it doesn't seem that way. Or maybe it is? Oh, here we are. Huh, yeah, I wonder how they did that. Is there a no-clip function? How do I turn off collision? I don't know the cheat for that. I want to no-clip back and see what they were actually doing here. But I don't think I can. Okay, never mind. Let's just keep going. Oh, ghost? Oh, cool. Okay. So if we no-clip around, it looks like they just copied and pasted a bunch of similar rooms. So it's not doing much teleporting. It all just looks very similar. Huh, cool. Oops, walk. Go up here. Oh, there's some broken stairs. This is really cool. Now that I know the ghost cheat, I'm gonna use the ghost cheat all the time. Look at that. I love how the stairs break up like this. But then you can see there's no way to progress. So we can't go that way. I wonder what this way is. This is just some kind of apartment block? Oh, that's interesting. Look, they're gesturing specifically to, like, bricks and stone now. I don't know how I feel about that. I think I wouldn't. It looks nice. You get this mosaic effect going on with all these different facets, so that's pretty pleasing to look at, but it's still a little bit, yeah, I don't know. Oh, Mouse Fountain in the chat makes a good point about this broken stairs over here, where you can see all the holes where those giant beams were inserted into, and that's reminiscent of medieval architecture. Oh, and those stairs pop up as you get close to them. Look at me in my rush to cheat. I don't even explore what the level's offering me. Oh, ouch. I guess they totally knew I was gonna fall down there. Just hug the wall. Don't look down. Oh. Yeah, they do come out. Look at that. How thoughtful. Oh my god. My bad. I want, but if you didn't go that way, what's the other way? You'd go this way instead? If you didn't go up those put logs, people are saying in the chat, then you'd go up this way instead? And then it's just a longer way up? Oh, no. This is just teasing you. There's no way for you to get around that. I thought this stairwell was gonna lead us up to there, but it doesn't. Okay, well, let's just use our good old buddy. Yeah, I thought that was gonna be an alternate path, but then it just led us to there instead of up there. Nice scene here, though. And I think putting the archway there works really well, actually. Even though it does feel anachronistic and not honest to the materials, because this would be concrete and you wouldn't do a round arch like that necessarily. It feels postmodern. It reminds me of like some Venturi buildings, I guess. Ooh. Now I'm trained always to look for dead ends. Huh. Ooh, do I have to crouch? This game hasn't really required crouching that much. It's interesting that the level designer suddenly remembered, oh yeah, there's a crouch button. Oh, and then there's two stairwells. I'm gonna go upstairs. So I feel like that's been my direction of movement. But this might be an infinitely looping stairwell. You can see a little bit flicker where it looks like that's where the teleporting is happening. I don't know where we're supposed to be going. Yeah, it is kind of funny. People in the chat are saying it's kind of funny that you don't know if anything's infinitely looping or if it's just they copy and pasted something 30 times, or if I'm pretty sure the occlusion culling artifacts are coming from the fact that, oh wait, no. Yeah, you're right. That's just maybe occlusion culling. Like if you notice this flicker as I make my way around the corner, you you can see the objects aren't being drawn because I'm going around the corner so fast. Let's turn on Ghost. And if we turn on Ghost, Ghost ignores area portals, so we can see how that looks when you don't have the teleporting thing going on. I don't know what we're supposed to do here, though. Are you just supposed to run this infinitely? Oops. I might have to stop here. It's kind of running long. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop here because I don't know how long this is gonna take. I think I'm stuck and I would have to load to save game or something. Oh, that's kind of mean. Why would they do that? That's pretty cruel. Well, I guess I'm just going to stop here then, and we'll be... I guess next week I'll load back a checkpoint and try to avoid this terrible infinite looping trap. Wow, that's totally counter to how we do games, right? Why would you put a trap in here? It's super interesting. Anyway, thanks for tuning in for about the hour and a half. Thanks for bearing with all my cheating and my rampant cheating. I'm not that good at games, but sometimes I am. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and see you next week, I guess, where we'll try to get out of this infinite looping stairwell. Bye.